Greece, confusion. Deadlines to begin the advance came and went. When the advance finally began, there was heavy opposition. They were very, very late. There were no tanks or Air Force support. Surrounded on land, strafed and bombed from the air, they carried on. So did the Germans.
In kurzer Zeit ist der Flugplatz Malemes in deutscher Hand.
The Maleme aerodrome was one of the key areas to the control of Crete. It was an open door for the German occupying army. This hill overlooking the Maleme tarmac was the Maori objective. If captured, no enemy plane would have been able to land. The door would be locked. Contributed to the fiasco that was the bitter Greece-Crete campaign.
First of all, I felt very embarrassed to think that here I am, a prisoner of war, all my boys taken over by someone else. And I thought, you know, I wondered how long I would be in captivity. And sort of feeling of being left behind by the left of the lads. And sadness, I suppose, that no, I wasn't quite sure whether I'll see any of my boys again, ever. Well, that was how I felt at that time.
After 2 years in captivity at various prisoner-of-war camps, Hemi and a handful of other Maori were brought here to the Bavarian town of Eichstätt, to the camp Oflag 7B, the site of the district's police college.
Taku kainga la te ri mo ngā tau e rua I te wāpakanga, te mutunga I te wāpakanga la. Hei mai tau ki te mātakiti ki haere. Ingali kua huarere ke haere rai nai nei. Aye, this is where I was 50 years ago. Tō mātou prena hutu paura tēnā I raruna. Hasn't changed much down there. Yes, our huts were down there. All the Maori boys were in the huts down there. Hena ringata, tengarangi, unready.
There was little point for Maori to even attempt escape. A brown skin marked them more clearly than any uniform. Better then to accept their position and wait for the war's end. All movements night and day were overseen by the guards, led by Hauptfeldwebel Hugo Zinser.
Auf der Kommandantur, der Hauptfeldwebel, dem unterstanden ein Stab von 120 Offizieren, Verwaltungsbeamte, Abwehrleute und dann vor allem eine große Verwaltung.
This camp, being an officers' camp, it was very, very heavily guarded. many more guards than any other camp. And most of these fellas were fairly elderly. A lot of them were people who were sent back from Russia, and they had no further use for them in Maori as fighters. So they sent them here as guards. Good day.
Sie waren im Lager.
You just said you were here as a prisoner.
Mich wollen Sie nicht mehr kennen, wahrscheinlich.
Okay.
Ich bin nicht so viel mit den Gefangenen beisammen gewesen.
Said it's difficult to remember your particular face, but he was always with you all for the whole time he was here. But let me please first of all introduce you. We'll start with the lady. This is Paula Walker.
Ja.
Das ist die Großmeister von Ngarimu, vom Zweiten Weltkrieg. Hat die höchste Auszeichnung, the Victoria Cross, gewonnen.
Ja.
Und sie ist dabei, weil Ngarimu, als diese Auszeichnung gewonnen haben, ist gefallen.
Ja.
Herr Zinser.
Ja,
Captain,
schön.
and this is Captain Hemi Wiremu.
Ja. Ja.
This is Canon Wee Huata.
Ja.
He was a reverend,
Ja.
a padre von der Maori
sind
Battalion in
Sie sind
Italien.
Padres.
Yes.
In England? Ne?
In English, der war der Padre, der Reverend für die Maori Battalion in Nordafrika, in Italien.
Italien.
And this is Herr Zinser. He was Master Sergeant here, and as he said, in inverted commas, the most important man in the camp.
Oh, yes.
He was the one who had to give the orders and pass them all on to you all.
Ah, yes,
And
yes.
this is Herr Strauss.
Yes, Strauss, nice to meet you.
He was here, wounded on the Russian front, came back and had the good luck, he said himself, to have been told you can stay here, and he was in charge of the post.
Ah, yeah.
The march past. It's hard to say which of the Empire's troops from overseas look best, but they're all good enough to prove better than any the enemy can produce.
The Maori Battalion was a World War II infantry unit. It was made up entirely of volunteers as a result of efforts made by Maori parliamentarians and tribes. As part of the New Zealand division, it saw action in Greece, Crete, North Africa and Italy. One of its most resolute but respected enemy leaders was Erwin Rommel. The Desert Fox considered New Zealanders to be the finest troops on the Allied side. Over 3,500 Maori soldiers fought for God, king and country. 2/3 of them were wounded or killed, contributing to the most grim and final legacy of war.